This is the Taurus PT 1911. This is Taurus's version of the 1911, which is based off of the Colt 1911, which was a patent for a military gun by Mr. Brown, and it was patented in 1911. I've seen the Kimbers and the Colts, and really it doesn't matter which gun you go with. It's just what price you're willing to pay for the gun. I mean, you want to pay $1,300 for a Kimber, or do you want to pay $800 or $600 for basically the same gun? It has all the standard features. It has a few that the other models don't have, which on all the Tauruses, they come with the little safety, so you don't have to have a trigger safety. It does have the ported out trigger, and it also has the micro grooving on the trigger in there. It has micro grooving on the front, underneath the trigger guard here, on the back. Does not have the micro grooving on the beaver tail or dovetail, as some people like to call it. It's universal for right-hand shooter safety and left-hand shooter safety. So it's, I mean, it's a nice gun. A lot of people they like the shinier. They go for the shiny, marble-looking grips. But these ones, if you really get in close, you might be able to see it. They actually bite into your skin, so that the whole gun is just biting into your hand. This has a polished feed ramp in there also. Tons of features come with this gun. It has the Novak sights. It's overall a good gun for the money. We're gonna go over here and see what you got here. We got the standard 8-round clips, capacity 8 clip that comes stock with it. So this is basically what you get with it when you buy it. Right out of the case, you get 2 clips. You get the gun. You get your tool to take the barrel apart. You get your cleaner and Allen wrenches to take the grips off and replace them if you want to, and the safety keys that go in the back to lock the hammer back. This is everything that comes with it. You can deck this gun out rather quick for a fair price, is what I like about it. You can buy the different clips. This is a Chip McCormick Power 10 clip. You get them right off of Cheaper Than Dirt, like a $15, $20 clip, something like that. Then we're using PDX ammo, Winchester. This is, I mean, you can see the difference in the clips when they're in. This one's pretty much flush. This one sticks out a lot more, obviously, because it's a higher capacity. So that's one thing to consider. If you're concealed carrying, you might want to go with a flush clip, because it's already a bigger gun. It's got the 5-inch barrel. It's a little bit more concealable. I mean, with the clip, you don't have a big old banana style clip, like kind of SKS hanging out the bottom. And they even make the 15s, which are probably like down in here, but that's if you're like target practicing or whatnot. We're gonna go through this real quick. I'm gonna show you a couple different ends you can put on this gun. This is the push rod designed by Corey Engel. He sells these. I don't think he has his website up yet, but it's a nice little tool. I like it better than the standard tool for these. I mean, don't get me wrong, this tool is a great tool, but if you have like a muzzle brake that goes on, this is going to be better because you can push that button and then let it out. Where with this, there's no way to push the button because it's hidden there on the spring. So I mean, you basically got yourself trapped. So basically, we'll start with this one. We'll go back to Corey's model here in a minute. This is the stock one that comes with Taurus. Basically, you push it right in there. Number one is make sure obviously your gun is not loaded, no clip, no bullets in the chamber. Release it. I always put the safety on. Most people you can drop the hammer if you feel like it, but when you tend to push on the front of the gun, it wants to go back and move, and sometimes that doesn't allow the notch to slip by. So you are going to want to leave it cocked, but you're going to want to put the safety on, and that's exactly how the manual tells you to do it. Also, always keep the safety back. If you ever had the top of the gun off, you don't want the hammer dropping because it's a bear to get the gun back together. So we're going to take this on here. I'm going to slip that off real quick. Spring slips out, tip slips out. Right there's the tip. We're going to use Corey's setup here, basically to switch out real quick. I'm going to push the spring by. And just like that, you slip the compensator on there. It's got the 3 slices to keep the muzzle down when you're shooting. Boom, push it down rather than let it come up. And you can see it adds a little bit more to the barrel. So, I mean, when you whip out a gun with a Power 10 Chip McCormick clip and it looks like that, people know you mean business. I mean, it's... Now we're going to switch this one back out. I'll show you how this one works. With the Taurus, you're pretty much, it's no good to you. You slide Corey's in here, slip it out. Just like that. It comes back out. And then you're going to want to use his again for this one. I always use the rounded end.
Versus what other end?
Versus the flat stock style end that he has. It just works better for me. Then you just slip this one in. This one's always a little tighter for some reason. I think it's because it's got that nickel plating on there. We might have to. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get this one on or out now that... There we go. Anyways, we'll go back to that one here in a minute. It's because you can see they got some type of paint or something that they put on this to make it shiny. And it added to the thickness, and they didn't take in consideration for the thickness of that one.
Of the tight tolerance of the gun.
Yeah, because this gun is all match grade material. So I mean the tolerances are rather tight. I forget who made this one, but you can buy this one off of eBay also. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna switch out these grips real quick and put on the speed funnel. This is from Wilson Combat. It's a speed funnel that slips up on there. One thing to note, you cannot use stock clips with the Wilson speed funnel unless you grind the sides down. I'll show you in a minute after we get this done. Just gonna pull these grips off real quick. This is probably gonna be like a 20-minute video, but it is nice that Taurus makes all the stuff for you to take the gun apart and break the gun apart and down. I'm not quite sure what Kimmer comes with, but man, these grips are really on there. Pull it apart up here. You might need something to stick underneath there real quick. There, it's coming. one grip off. I will explain a little bit more about the speed funnel that a lot of people don't know right off the bat. You will have to modify any grip that you are going to work with the funnel. It's just, I mean Wilson, they do make good gun parts, and don't get me wrong, but I wish they would have took in consideration and sold like some stock black grips that were like this. But you can see where I had to grind, use the Dremel to grind out for the hook to actually fit in there, and the grips to go down flush. So
We just keep going. We can edit anything that we want. Lady, go! Come on, I'm gonna stab you. Damn thing.
All right, here's the speed funnel.
I wish we had just a little bit.
Hey, here. Here's the speed funnel. This is how it goes on. You just push it up. It hooks right on these. Let me try to stab myself because those hooks are tight. Hooks right on there, just like that. And then after you do your grips and stuff, you can just throw them back on. You will have to take a little material out of there and just keep, you know, kind of fit them, and then if it's not down flush all the way around, then take it back off and do it some more, put it back on.
I mean, keep in mind that all this stuff on the 1911 should be universal, but they all make them to a certain tolerance, and each manufacturer's gun is basically the same. It fits the same parts, but you just might have to do some minor gunsmithing to your own gun, you know, just to get everything to your custom specification in the way that you like it.
Yeah, because I mean the Wilson, I mean one thing is Wilson does their guns, so they have a gunsmith in house that does that. I mean, it's just like what you said. You may have to do a few minor things, but overall, most of it you don't even have to worry about. That's the only modification that I had to do with my gun, was that. Everything else has been pretty much just plug and go, or plug and play as they say nowadays. We're gonna break all this down for you. Most people don't go in depth, quite this in depth on YouTube that I've noticed. So we're gonna show you what's up. We're gonna have a couple other reviews here later. Might want to check those ones out too. One's gonna be on the 17 and the BSA contender scopes. Exclusive models to us only. Okay, here we go. Now that we got our speed loader ramp in, the clips just slide right up in there. I mean, without hesitation. This is more like competition style.
Hold them out with that.
That's more a competition style. Like if you're going to be shooting. I know that some of the guys who train in Blackwater use this style, just because it goes right up in there, easy and quick. And you can see on here where I had to modify the clip on the side and grind it down here, and on the other side to be able to get the clip to go all the way up in there and lock. But the speed funnel is definitely good because you can just float those clips up in there all day long. The stock one, you'd have to grind some material off of this one also, because it doesn't want to lock up in there. You can see I'm locking it, and it just pulls in and out. It doesn't. You got to really hit that thing hard. Sometimes it locks, sometimes it doesn't. But that's why I go with the Chip McCormick clips. You can buy them at any Rite Aid, local Walgreens store, all day long for pennies on the dollar when it comes to saving your life and using the real firepower. And that's basically what we roll with the 1911. I'm going to break it down again, make sure everything's empty, safety's on. I'm not going to break it all the way down for you because I do want to put mine, I do want to fire some rounds through here real quick for everybody.
Since you've seen this, that'll be on part 2 of the Taurus PT 1911.
Yep.
45. Coming to you here in just one click away.